So today I'm doing a tag. I've been tagged by Rochelle from Glam Mums. Glam Mums is a channel by two sisters, Rochelle and Jan. So check them out. I will leave link to their channel below. Basically, they both live in different places. They're sisters. And sometimes you see a video from Rochelle, sometimes from Jan. And the good thing about them is that even though they are sisters, they have different tastes in makeup. So you get something different from both of them. It's almost like getting two channels in one. Two for the price of one. Okay, so this tag is called Designer vs Drugstore Makeup Challenge. So basically what it is about, as we, well, not all of us, but some of us try to cut back a bit on spending money on makeup. I am anyway. So this tag is quite good to sit down and see, you know, do you really need to buy the high-end stuff? Can you buy it at drugstore at lower price and it's probably as good a quality as the high-end? Face primers, drugstore I have e.l.f. and I've talked about it, I quite like it. And then high-end I have NARS oil-free Pro Prime Pore Refining primer. This one is the silicone type. This one is more like a very liquidy cream. So it's not silky, but this one is not too bad, but I prefer the high-end. I think with primers, face primers, especially if you've got combination of oily skin and you want to control the oil, I definitely think that high-end is worth buying. It might be more expensive, but you use such a tiny bit and usually just through the T-zone that I really think high-end is worth buying. And eye primers. So high-end I have Urban Decay Prime Potion and e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. And you probably know by now, I choose e.l.f. for £2 I think they cost me versus £14. I really don't see the difference. I haven't tried any other primers apart from Urban Decay, so maybe there are out there primers that perform better, but to be honest I don't see, I've been using it now for ages since I bought it, and I don't see my eyeshadow stays on, my eyeshadow blends well and it doesn't crease, so I don't see the reason to spend money on a high-end eyeshadow primer. You will know this. I have never got on with any drugstore foundations. The only one that I found quite recently is the No. 7 Beautifully Matte foundation. And as you can see, I've used quite a lot because I do enjoy it. It doesn't keep me matte all day through, but it gives me nice coverage and I quite like it. But saying that, I think when it comes to foundation is probably the most important thing for me. So I love experimenting with foundations. I buy loads of them and I mix them, so I know what I like, and I definitely like high-end. So, you know, one of my all-time favorites, Holy Grails, is Estee Lauder Double Wear. I also like the YSL Youth Liberator foundation, and I play with them all the time. I will sometimes mix them, and I really think that nothing beats high-end foundation. So hands down, high-end. Okay, so I have here Olay Regenerate CC Cream, which I've reviewed, and I should maybe even link the review to it below. Enjoyed it, but to me it's just a tinted moisturizer which made me very greasy. Hands down, Rachel K CC cream, and mine is in neutral, I think. Anyways, the one in pink. Like I said before, BB creams, CC creams, if they're not Asian, they're no good. That's who makes them the best. So definitely high end for CC cream. Okay, I have for a very long time, I never used under eye concealer. I just used to put foundation under there. I don't have discoloration under my eyes. I don't have dark circles. I have eye bags. And when you have bags, you have to be so careful with what you put under there, because if you put one of those brightening concealers, under eye brightening concealers, they just emphasize the bags. I've done a video on that as well, how to deal with bags, and you should always put something darker there. So anyway, I had to start using something under my eyes because, as you know, I like full coverage foundation, and as I'm getting older and get more lines under my eyes, the foundation became too heavy and would settle in those lines. So I had to find something that was very light, you know, nothing too thick, not like those corrective concealers that cover dark circles. I don't need that, so I cannot talk about that. But I wanted something basically that performed like foundation but was lighter, just to put it under my eyes. And this is my winner. This is, I've already used one that will come up in my empties. Is the Instant Anti-Age Eraser for Eye, and mine is in nude. I think in the UK they only come in two colours, light and nude, I think. And obviously light, I can't use it because it brings out the bags. This one is wonderful and I love it. Yes, that's what Rochelle said actually. If you, for example, say concealers, if you don't use high-end concealer, then just compare two of your drugstores or give your favorite one. I don't use any. I don't ever use concealer. I don't have the need to use concealer. I don't really have breakouts. And my foundations, I always make sure that I achieve the desired coverage, that I don't need to use concealer. So I never use face concealer. I didn't really know because there is two categories, face powders and setting powders. For face powders, I would presume is what you put on your face after you've done your makeup, which I always do Laura Mercier mineral powder. So that's the only powder that I use. I don't have another powder that I would use after my makeup apart from setting powder, but we already have category for that. So high end, I must say, for powders, because it's Laura Mercier. I have two here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I have the L'Oreal True Match and a Chico, which is the very finely milled white powder, setting powder. Definitely high end. I've never used many powders that are drugstore. I've always found them too cakey, and I don't know. I prefer those loose powders, very finely milled, and the Chico I've been using for ages and is my favorite. So high end for setting powder. Again, I don't have any drugstore highlighters. I am not that much into highlighters. I quite like using shimmery blushes, so I don't feel often like I need highlighter. But I have here three high-end highlighters. So I have one from NARS, from that blush duo, and the highlighter is called Hungry Heart. Don't like it at all. It has very glittery, it's quite glittery. So I don't like that one. For a subtle one, I like this one from the Naked Flushed palette, which is this one. This is a beautiful highlighter, very, very soft and powdery. I mean, and it's very subtle. So I really like that one for the day if I was using highlighter. And then I'm not really into cream blushes or highlighters, but I've bought a while ago the WhatsApp and I really, really like it. So it comes in a stick like this. That's from Benefit, by the way. But this one has quite nice champagne-y highlights. As you can see, Urban Decay you can't really see, but this one is quite shimmery and I really like it. And how I apply it, I just take my finger and I just apply it around here. So I have to say high-end because I don't have any drugstore highlighters. I really haven't found, apart from one of these, my Holy Grail bronzer yet, and that will be something that I will look for near this summer coming. I've had my Hula from Benefit for a long time. I've hit the pan on it. I can't wait to finish it. I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with it. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. But I have two here. So my drugstore is Maxfactor Bronzing Powder in 01 Golden. And this one is quite nice and it has a bit of shimmer in it. It's not very glittery, you know, but it has a bit of shimmer. And then my second one is beloved Laura Mercier. They call it Baked Blush Bronze, but to me that's a bronzer and I use it as a bronzer. I absolutely love it. I know you can't get it anymore. I've got a dupe for it. I've got a video for the dupe for it. There it is. When you look, they look a bit similar, but there is something about the quality and the finish that it gives you. I love it. So for bronzers, definitely high-end. That was quite difficult because I don't really have any eyeshadow quads. All I have, you know, like the palettes that I've made myself with single eyeshadows, or I have the big palettes. But I found something, and I was wearing it in my last video and the video before, and everybody was saying, oh, how lovely your makeup looks. And I forgot how much I like it. And it's the Duo. It's not a quad. It's got 5 eyeshadows. It's so old. It's broken. But let me just show you. And I thought they didn't do this color anymore, but they do. I've checked in a department store and it's the 5 colors 609 Earth Reflection. And then I chose trio from Bourjois, and I've posted that on Instagram. How I've discovered it again. Is quite old as well, and what a dupe it is really for Naked One. Obviously not the whole palette, but 3 shades of here are almost identical to the ones in Naked palette. So this was very difficult because I definitely have more of a high-end shadows, and I'm gonna go for high-end. I know you can get some good ones, but I love my eyeshadows. Again, I chose the MAC in Shale, which is that mauvey one, and it is a lovely color, but I am a bit disappointed with the payoff. You have to work quite hard to build it up, And my all-time favorite L'Oreal Chrome Shine from L'Oreal. And I absolutely love this eyeshadow. It's got amazing payoff, shimmer. So I will go again Drugstore. Yeah, I mean, compare, this is Shale and this is my L'Oreal in Brown Lame. So yeah, honestly, if you strap for cash, I think you can get great eyeshadows in drugstore. And they could be all your eyeliners, pencil, gel, felt tip, all of those. So I chose four. Right, felt tip. I've always liked this L'Oreal Super Liner Perfect Slim, and then I bought Stila one, and Stila one, after a while the tip gone all fairy and it wasn't as pointed, but this one I love it because the felt tip is quite long. It always stays like that, and it's quite long wearing, so I go drugstore for felt tip. Now pencil. So here I have Urban Decay 24/7 Perversion, which is a wonderful pencil, although very, very soft. I feel like every time I've used it I have to sharpen it again. And then I have the Super Shock from Avon, and that says gel eyeliner, but it's not. But I think what they mean, because it really, you hardly have to touch it, it performs like gel. This is such a good eyeliner. It's so black, it's amazing. I quite like the soft ones because I often like smudging them, so if you quickly smudge them. So I go drugstore again. I really don't think there is any points on spending money on high-end pencils. Oh, and gel eyeliner. Now, Inglot. Shall I don't know, this is not really drugstore because it's like professional makeup. But I suppose it's £10, so is it drugstore? It's sort of mid of the range. Anyway, for gel eyeliner, I've just talked to you about it. Definitely Inglot. I've had from Maybelline gel eyeliner, and that was okay, but Inglot, always, I'm in love with those gel liners, so I think that's high end. But do you know what, to be honest, I've got Bobbi Brown as well, which is high end, and I don't like it, and it's quite dry, so depends what you buy. Okay, so what I chose here is Lancome Hypnose Doll Eyes, which was my favorite high-end mascara for a while. I think this is my third one. This one is empty now. I keep it in my empties for when I do empties. And then for my drugstore, I chose the Maybelline Rocket Volume and my all-time favorite, Maxfactor Xperience. Hands down, I really don't see any reason for buying high-end mascaras. Drugstore mascaras perform wonderfully, and you can find one for everyone. That doesn't mean I will never buy high-end mascara because I'm in search for that next best thing. But there is no need to spend money on mascara, especially if you can wear false lashes. Okay, so I have my dual lip liner and NYX. And yes, the dual lip liners are very nice, but they are not as nice as NYX. You can get, so this is dual, this is NYX. You can, I mean, that costs like £19. NYX ones, I think £4. I could have, you know, almost 5 of these, for one of these. So hands down, there is so many good. L'Oreal does very good lip liners. Rimmel does very good lip liners. No need for high-end. To be honest, apart from L'Oreal Glam Shine, which is my all-time favorite, but I don't know if this is really a gloss. It's between gloss and lipstick, that's why I didn't bring it here. But I like specific glosses. I like them to have a bit of color and have shimmer, not just be, you know, I like it to have a smell and maybe tingling sensations. So I would say that I would go for high end, and this is my favorite color. You know, that blowy pink and with shimmer, and both of these have it. This one is the Dazzle Glass in Like Venus, and I swatched that here for you. There it is. You can see I'm loving it. I've been using it. And this one is from Lancome. Love this one as well. It's much more, it's a bit thicker, but it stays on your lips for longer. And the writing is so ridiculous and small that I think it's called Pink My Ride. But I can't see it. I'm sure it's called Pink My Ride. I can just see the number. It's 316. But I don't know what this gloss is called, but it's the one in silver case. And it's very similar color to Like Venus, but it's more pigmented. So there is the Pink My Ride from Lancome and Like Venus. Love them, and I would definitely repurchase them. I like Dior glosses as well, and I love Bare Mineral glosses, so I must say high end. So I brought two here, they are similar. This is Estee Lauder Electric Mauve, again the colors that I love. I'll just swatch it on this hand now. Beautiful lipstick, I love it. There it is. And then Revlon Cupcake in Revlon Butter in Cupcake, which is my favorite. I've had so many of those since they've come out. Can you see they are very similar in color? Obviously Butter is more buttery. The lipstick has a bit more shimmer in it. Again, honestly, I don't think you have to spend a lot of money on lipsticks. I've got some expensive lipsticks like the YSL that I absolutely hate. And I could have had so many of these for the money that I spent on those two. I would say with lipsticks, although I love MAC lipsticks, but you know, I've got some really, really lovely L'Oreal lipsticks, and they come in different formulas. And the Revlon, and also Rimmel does lovely lipsticks that to me they are very similar to MAC. So I would say lipsticks, you can buy a beautiful lipstick that will look very nice on your lips, drugstore. So I brought here again two similar ones. The high-end is Laura Mercier in Lotus Pink. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm wearing it today, love it. There it is. And then I brought NYX Pinched. And love Pinched. I think they almost dupes for each other. Can you see? So the top is Laura Mercier, this is NYX. So they are quite similar. Again, for blushes, no need for high-end at all. NYX does wonderful blushes. So many colors, so many different finishes. Beautiful. Don't need to buy high-end. It's nice to have it, I think high-end might have maybe a bit more staying power, but not noticeable enough. So blushes, I'm going for drugstore. Okay, that was quite a long tag. It was so difficult, I can't believe it. So yeah, don't spend so much money when you don't need to. Okay then, so that was my tag. Thank you very much, Rochelle, for tagging me, and I tag anyone who wants to do it. So thank you for watching, and I see you soon. Bye.